ladder, check it and make sure the hoop was level at 10 feet.
Yeah, somebody dunked on it and shook it. He had a full night, right? He had 5 assists, 5 fouls, almost got thrown out, technical foul, and 8 turnovers.
You know, there's an app for that thing now. I forget what it's called. It makes it straight.
To make it level?
Yeah.
It's just called a level, right? By the way.
Okay. So
the app is called
Level? Okay. Well, anyway, regardless.
Genius marketing.
Okay.
She thought she had one. Like, there's an app.
Okay.
There's an app.
Jenna, this
is called an iPhone.
The reason they did that is because Doug said it. It was a ferocious dunk, and they were worried the rim was slightly askew. I saw you watching the video a little perplexed, and if people didn't watch last night.
That's my face, Nick.
And if people didn't stay up very late to watch this game,
I want to point out that Eric Mangini's son jumps center, which is, I think,
leads in the family now.
Yeah, little football, little basketball.
I was just thinking about the ferocious dunks. If I had a nickel for every time in high school, I had to have the rim checked after
you're running your ferocious dunks?
Yeah.
One of Coach's sons had a 330-yard football game this year with 5 touchdowns. That's a true story, correct?
And he plays defense, right?
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he did well defensively, too.
Coach, let's talk New England Patriots. Tomorrow they host the 10-4 Buffalo Bills, who've had a tremendous season. New England can clinch an 11th straight AFC East title with a win. All
That's
that
insane.
despite,
11 straight division titles.
It's great. That despite their offensive woes, despite whatever ailment Julian Edelman has going into this weekend. Nick, start with you. You think the Pats beat the Bills and win another divisional title?
I do think the Patriots are going to be the 2019 AFC East division champions. I think they're going to have to wait a week to do it. I don't think they beat the Bills this weekend, and I understand Doug did something that I like a lot as an argument style, and I respect, which is take someone's philosophy in a previous argument and use against them in this one. And so when talking about Cowboys-Eagles, I said one team has a better coach, one team has a better quarterback, one team's at home, and then I picked the Bills, and you said to me, okay, well, let's do the same math here. Patriots are at home, yep. Patriots have a better coach, yep, and I think McDermott's excellent. On December 22nd, 21st, 2019, are we sure the Patriots have the better quarterback against that defense? Now, Josh Allen was terrible against the Patriots defense the first time around before he got hurt. Tom Brady's been terrible against Sean McDermott, Bills defenses, 5 times in a row. We can show you the numbers real quick. I mean, that's 5 games, and the 74 passer rating jumps out at you. But, Coach, I'll tell you what jumps out at me. The 5 picks, because one thing Brady, even this year, arguably the worst year he's had in 15 years and maybe of his career, one thing he's done exceptionally well is not turning the ball over. He has done a really, really good job of protecting the football, playing to the strengths of his team, as you talk about all the time, understanding it's a defense special teams team. He has not been able to do that against these Bills, even when the Bills weren't a 10-win playoff team. So I think the Bills can beat them. I think the Bills right now are playing better than the Pats. I don't think we've seen the Pats play a good game in 2 months. And so for all those reasons, I don't think they clinch this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not going to take the stance that Brady's going to be the reason that they lose this week, but I do think that the Bills are going to win. And I think that comes.
Whoa!
Here's when looking at the last game, Bills had 4 turnovers. Okay, they had a block punt, or yeah, I think it was block
punt for a touchdown.
Block punt for a touchdown. They lost 16-10 with 4 turnovers, including 1 turnover that went for a touchdown. And then the quarterback was hurt late in the 4th quarter, and one place where he's been really good has been in the 4th quarter, and I think that would have made a difference. And I know you like to give me a little bit of a hassle about assistant coaches, but they have a really good assistant coach in Brian Daboll, who's the offensive coordinator, who spent a bunch of time in New England and understands how things operate defensively, how best to challenge them defensively, and he's done a great job with this offense, and he's done a great job developing this quarterback. You figure it's a team that 8 out of the 10 starters are new in Buffalo. They had 14 guys on the roster last year that aren't even in the NFL offensively. So Brian's come a long way with this group, and he's got that inside knowledge of what New England tries to do defensively. A little bit cleaner game, and I think this goes the Bills' way.
Let me just follow up one quick question. As far as what Daboll's going to be coaching them on this week, mobile quarterbacks do seem to give the Patriots some issues. I know we don't think of Josh Allen as a mobile quarterback because he's big and white, but he is a mobile quarterback.
Very mobile.
He is a very good running quarterback. I'd say one of the 4 best running quarterbacks in football. Do you think that'll be a big element of what they try to do?
I think that'll be part of it. The first thing is play clean. Don't beat yourselves like everybody else does, like they did the last game. If they can just start there, and they've done a better job of that as the season's gone on. But with New England, you've got to attack their rule-based defense. They have a lot of things in place to take advantage of what you do. But if you pressure them with some shifts and some motions and some no huddle and some different formations and some wildcat, things where they go to their sideline and they talk about what you're doing, they don't sit there and talk about how they're going to attack you on the next series. And to me, that's something that Brian understands and understands very well.
Put it all on Buffalo. All of it. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. No, listen, I mean, I am surprised that you picked Buffalo to win the game. I just, like, until further notice, these are the type of games where Brady finds a way to win. It's like, my argument for Aaron Rodgers being the better quarterback is he's won a Super Bowl. Okay? And even the year he won a Super Bowl, they had 22 players on IR. It was remarkable, right? He's shown he can play in bad weather. He's a better athlete in and out of the pocket. I think he has a better arm, multiple arm angles. I think all those boxes are checked for Aaron Rodgers being the best quarterback I've ever seen play the position, with one exception. That guy, number 12, finds a way to win these games, and there's no reason they should win. There's no reason they should have beaten Kansas City last year, but they did. But they did. Granted, you run the benefit that, you got an offsides penalty, which takes back your third interception. So,
but again, it goes to self-inflicted wounds, not beating yourself.
Yes.
And it's an egoless offense where they're willing to do whatever it takes.
And here's how it relates to what we saw last night and impressed both of us about Giannis, right? That's the biggest regular season game Giannis has ever played. And he was hyped and a little bit hyper to start the game. It was ugly, but he settled down. He played great. The Buffalo Bills come in, and none of these guys have played in a game of this magnitude. Whereas the New England Patriots, they're everybody's biggest game. And they've all been through this. And they know to not beat themselves. And they know that if they do their job, they're going to end up more times better than not.
So here's where I actually disagree with you on the magnitude of this game for Buffalo. Because it'd be one thing if Buffalo, if they win this game, they control their own destiny for the division, but they don't. They win this game. Hold on, they win this game. They're already in the playoffs.
I got it.
And B, they know that to win the division, they not only need to win this week, they also need the Patriots to then lose the following week. I would argue this past week, Sunday Night Football, where you haven't clinched the postseason,
right,
against a team who could take your postseason spot, is a game that is of a higher magnitude, even if it's not the big bully opponent.
There's a symbolism to Foxborough, right? There's a symbolism to the Patriots. They won the damn division, say, like,
what, 10 years in a row?
Right? Like, we're going back to both Obama terms, yes, right? Like, this is a long time. So I agree with you that they have played in big games. Beating Dallas on Thanksgiving, that's a huge football game. Only game standing, all of America's watching. So it's not that they haven't played in big games, but there is something about New England, Foxborough, a chance to win the division and to vanquish the beast. I think this is bigger in terms of the magnitude.
And I think the word that you use is right on in the bully mentality. And the Patriots have been taking the Bills' lunch money for years and years and years. And so to be able to go into Foxborough and be able to, in December, be able to go and beat them, it sends a strong message that things have changed on the block. And the dynamics of this division have potentially not only changed short term, but have potentially changed long term. Now, that being said, it's going to start with Buffalo not beating Buffalo.
You know what's also interesting is the last team in the AFC East to really give the Patriots fits was the Rex Ryan-led New York Jets, right? They were the team they actually beat them. Not as much. They actually beat them. I mean, more so than the Dolphins, right? They gave them. And how are those teams that went to 2 AFC championship games constructed? Young quarterback, okay, who is more athlete than accurate passer, and a dynamic defense coached by a dynamic defensive coach, which is really the makeup of the Buffalo Bills.
You're a late comer to Josh Allen. You were down on him for a long time.
Oh, I
He's
still
really
no. Well, hold on. Let's be fair here.
You did not like him coming out of the draft.
And I'm just
saying it goes a long way to the point where now in Foxborough, you still think that the Bills are going to win.
He has his challenges.
I just want America. I want America to know this. I give Josh Allen credit. he has really post the Patriot game. He has done a great job of not turning the ball over, of not killing his team, and he has
great late in games.
Has been very good late in games, and he has had some moments. He still is likely to blind a concessionaire on a deep pass down the field, and he is the issues he had coming out of Wyoming as far as completion percentage, lack of accuracy. Those still are far from being fixed. He is better than I thought he ever. Like I didn't understand how he would be a 6th round pick, much less the 6th overall pick. He's been better than that, but you talked tractors and trailers earlier. Josh Allen needs to make sure he's not the caboose pulling the team back. If he can, because the team is very well coached. I think McDermott's been exceptional. They have a great defense. They have the 2nd best corner in all of football. They have an ageless running back, one of your favorite players ever, Frank Gore, and the Singletary kid who's really good, and they're good in special teams. They do a lot of things to where if the quarterback doesn't have, they don't combine for 4 turnovers, they can beat really good teams.
And don't forget